Hi guys, I'm gonna try to hold myself together for this video. Um, it's my 22-week update. I had a follow-up ultrasound today because they couldn't get pictures of Blake's heart and his spine, and they were trying to see his hands to see if he has the extra digits like two of Lee's daughters did and one of the granddaughters did, because we're not sure what side it comes from. But I guess I'll do another video. I know a lot of you know Jenna and what happened, and it really hit me hard, and I'll do another video explaining stuff. But I was just so worried for the ultrasound today because of what happened, and well, his heartbeat was 164. He is very content on sleeping during ultrasounds. I don't know what every ultrasound I've had. This is my fourth one. Every ultrasound, he's asleep. I mean, I had chocolate covered donuts this morning. I had sugar up the butt, and he's still, by the time I get in there, because they never get me in there when I'm supposed to be in there, he's asleep. So he was, I don't know, he was kind of curled up in a ball. He's still head down, but one of his hands was up towards the top of my uterus. But he was like in a ball because when they took the picture of his spine, he was curled up. And I had to go by myself today because Lee, with everything with the lady across the street and everything, couldn't get the time off. But apparently, from what they say now, I am high risk, which my doctors never mentioned, but I think it was just implied from me. With Gabriel, I had high blood pressure to the point in my first trimester I was having protein in my urine that it kind of fluctuated. I didn't have it after that, but I still had the high blood pressure, so they're considering me high risk because of the high blood pressure with Gabe. So I have to go back every 4 weeks now for growth scans to make sure that he's growing okay and make sure my blood pressure. They're gonna keep monitoring my blood pressure. It has there's only been twice it's been high. The very first when I found when well I didn't find out I was pregnant, but I already knew I was pregnant when they did the pregnancy test in the doctor's office. It was because I had a headache, I had high blood pressure, and then of course the day I went to the ER with spotting, of course I was stressed out. I'm gonna have high blood pressure, but it's been fine since then. So I was really surprised his heartbeat was 164 because the last time I was out was the very first ultrasound, and he was sleeping, so he wasn't very well. He's active anyway, regardless if he's sleeping or not. But still a boy. She joked with me and said that I could tell. I joked with Lee and tell him that it fell off, and that was a girl. But he's still a boy. I kind of saw the parts again, but the way he was laying, his legs weren't spread open as much as they were the last one. But they got his spine. Because I'm high risk, it's mandatory I get the fetal echocardiogram. Now my doctor was like, well, if they get pictures this time, she's like, no, you have to go. And I was like, okay, well, so now I gotta set that up. And I gotta get a time when Lee's off because it's in like 2 towns away, and I'm not familiar with the area, and I'm not going by myself. So I had to get that done. I have another ultrasound January 4th. It's a Friday, so Lee has off. He'll be able to go to that one. I have another doctor's appointment December 29th. I had my doctor's appointment last Wednesday. My blood pressure was fine. There was nothing in my urine. He loves to play tricks on the OB, and apparently he does the same thing when I have ultrasounds. Because well, the OB he hides from the Doppler. It takes her like a couple minutes to find his heartbeat. And then on the ultrasound today, she was saying, she's like, well, she's like, who's the stubborn one? I was like, well, that would be my husband. And then she said the whole time she couldn't get a picture of his face. Like, she was having trouble getting pictures of stuff because just the way he was laying. And then all of a sudden, as soon as she said that she couldn't get a picture of his face, then all of a sudden it flashed up on the screen his face. So then she switched over to 4D, which this is the first time I've seen him in 4D. And he looks so much like me. My genes apparently tend to be very dominant. Gabriel looks exactly like me, and Blake has my profile. So, here, also, I don't know if you guys can see. This is the better one of the two. He's sleeping. His lips aren't very full, and he looks like he has my nose. And if you can see, I don't know if you guys. Keep moving it over here, this way. If you look real closely, you can see his foot is by his mouth. You can see 3 of his toes. So they were also looking for. I don't know if you can see the other one. The other one is not as clear, but it's still his profile. I think he looks like me. They were looking for, I told you guys before about the finger thing with Lee's oldest 2 daughters. One had 12 and one had 11. The granddaughter had 12. So, they got one picture of his hand, but it wasn't really clear. You could see the side a little bit, and I didn't see anything hanging, so I don't think he has the extra digits. All my, when I was at the doctor, I had spinal blood work done for any spinal deficiencies, as like spinal bifida and stuff like that, and everything came back negative. His brain looks fine, his head looks fine, but they had me worried because last time they kept measuring his head, and they kept measuring his head at the ultrasound. So I asked my doctor about it, and she said, I think it came back fine. So if he has a big head, it's probably because of Lee, because he had a big head when he was born. But I asked her today, she could estimate his weight and his length and everything, and I guess she got sidetracked, and I totally forgot to ask her again, but I'm sure I'll find out when we go back on the 4th, what he is. So, also, the stroller came today. I haven't unpacked it yet, because apparently, well, we live in a 3-floor apartment building, and FedEx, lovely FedEx, likes to leave packages sitting on the front steps where people can steal them. And I've called them so many times on this, and like, well, if they don't have a signature confirmation, they can leave it on the step. Well, hello, okay, this is a big box, and on the side it shows the stroller. So luckily, one of my neighbors brought it in, actually brought it upstairs, and sat in front of our door. Because I'm so grateful they did that, or else it probably would have been stolen. Because it's a big picture of a stroller inside. You know, it's a brand new stroller. So, I'll probably unpack it tonight and get it set up. So I will take pictures and show you guys and everything. And, I'm going to do a video now about my feelings with what happened. That a lot of you guys know from Facebook. So, I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Bye.